think we're good. There we go. Perfect. All right. So say hello to the internets, everyone. Say hello, internets.
Hello,
Hello,
Internet.
internets. Hello. So
Uh,
this is another Paradigm Shift Radio after party, conscious, open-minded hangout conversation. I'm Brendan, and we got all sorts of awesome people with us here today, and I'm sure they'll tell you a bit about them. And we'll just kind of get the ball rolling on this. Of course, you can go back, check out the original episode links in the information for this video. But yeah, anybody's welcome to join. And because yeah, we were just before we got started, as mentioned in the show, I wanted to talk about the whole stuff happening in Israel and Palestine because that's a big microcosm of the macrocosm. And Alon is from there; he has friends there. But yeah, just kind of what just general what can you say about that thought wise, Alon?
I would say we should all get together and feel alright. What I mean is that
Yeah.
I mean, what am I experiencing as a Facebook poster, which is a lot on Facebook lately because of my Love Trip project. I'm getting a lot of conversations and Facebook posts from Israeli people and people all around the world that, yes, on one hand, you got that boring, I would say boring post because we get that for thousands of years people posting about, oh, I hate this and I hate that and we should all kill each other. But that's boring because we did that for so long. But you do get that a lot from people who are just I don't know, but they're writing that about that too. But also, and more people are arising and saying, I don't want to participate in this war. This is not my war. I want peace for everybody. I don't care about nationality anymore. We are all humans. I don't want anyone to suffer. And more and more people are saying that on Facebook. More and more people are getting courageous enough. And it's happening day after day, second after second. More people are gonna. Now it's 7 a.m. in Israel. More and more people are waking up with the courage to say, I don't want this war. I don't want this. I want peace for everybody. Let's stop this. This is insane. We're killing each other, and it's not right. I don't feel right about it. And either it's whether it's posting like a profile picture with guys. Everybody put a profile picture with pieces of the answer. Or women organizations around the world and in Israel saying women say no to war. Women say yes to peace. And well, I could say my sister is doing a lot of stuff about that. She just changed her profile picture with like 3 languages saying women says stop. With her picture with her hands saying stop in 3 languages. And more and more people are doing that. And like I told before we got live, that was my friend, someone I know. He's actually a DJ, right? He's an artist. He likes to make people together and dance together in parties. And he got a warrant to go to the army. And he was saying, guys, I got a warrant for go to the army, but just for I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm a warrior of light. I'm trying to sustain everything together here, and just everybody was supporting him. And I just want to say, sending out a positive message out there. Hey, Jessica, sending out a positive message out there that just for you to know, please, the media doesn't post about this, but there are many, many people that are talking about peace. They're talking about coming together, and they need their voice heard. And more people just need the courage. By being the change, you're allowing more people to be the change themselves. And while being the change, like saying out loud on Facebook or whatever, I am for peace. More and more people get together and you know what? I'm doing that too. I'm for peace too. I'm sharing that picture and I'm speaking out loud. And there was actually a protest in Jerusalem lately, I think 2 days ago, of Arabs and Jews coming together saying, with signs, that Jews and Arabs are refusing to be enemies. But nothing was on the mainstream media about it. None of the channels in Israel talked about that protest. So I'm just saying, don't watch TV, please.
Yeah.
It doesn't do good for you in any way. And
They're not gonna make any money if they're gonna basically put that on. It's just basically because that's a very powerful statement that this projects. And so if they're eventually if they show that kind of breaks it breaks what the media. I have never seen the Israeli or the Palestinian media, but that basically breaks what it stands for, and it's basically that kind of fear that we're not gonna go anywhere, basically, right?
Exactly. It doesn't go anywhere. It's hate is just on circles. It never stops, you know.
Right.
Like someone wrote a funny, like my friend from Israel wrote a funny status about that. Like he's not listening to the media anymore because he thought how ridiculous is that the way that they present things in the media in a very dramatic way that you would even laugh about it because it's so dramatic. Like how this guy can be so dramatic about stuff. Like they wrote like. On the first day of the operation that, let's say, like in Gaza Strip, like, you know, I don't know how to say in English, what's the English name for the operation, but it was like Operation Day One. You know, they talk about Day One, and he was asking, why write Day One? Why shouldn't it stop in like 2 hours? You know, because when you write Day One, that means that will be Day Two and Day Three and Day Four. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like they present it in a way that it's not going to stop, that it's going to continue, and obviously that's what they intend to, you know, and until it gets too bad, and then they stop, and then like they take a break, like 9 months break, and then they do another operation, you know, and it wouldn't stop ever.
Wow, that's crazy.
Anybody else? Anybody else just kind of facilitating this? Feel free to sort of jump in if you just kind of want to make a point and like jump in like politely, branch your way in. Sorry, Nikolai, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but yeah, just inviting other guys to jump in. And thanks, Alon.
So I'm just gonna end this because I want to end everything with a positive message that we should all keep being the change in whatever way we can. It doesn't matter. Whatever you like to do, whatever you feel like doing, please do it, and please join other people that are doing the same because you will magnetize each other in a positive vibration. And keep posting love and keep posting positive media out there. You know, keep giving yourself and other people hope that this kind of stuff is happening. And what me personally is doing, and many other partners, which I find more and more each day, I find more partners to spread positive media on the internet, and this is part of what this paradigm shift doing, and this is what actually happening now in the Google Hangout. You know, this is a positive gathering of people wanting to share and talk information and just have fun together and inspire each other. And I think this is a very positive. This is us advancing into new age of sharing and caring for each other in many ways.
Well said.
For sure, man. Yeah, Chris, what was that dance move you were doing earlier?
Oh.
Humanity come together.
That was the vibes when I'm in the Paradigm Shift Radio or the Hangouts or whatever. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Chris, man, good to see you here. Chris is like one of our Paradigm Shift London buddies. Man, like you found out about like Paradigm Shift London like a few years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I originally was, I think, a good 2 years ago. First time I came, and it was pretty cool because I remember like it was me, you, Justin, and like 3 other people there, and not that minute I had a great conversation, great time, learned a lot, and came once or twice more, and then I hadn't come for a bit because of school. And then I came back, like, I think a year or so later, and boom, all of a sudden came a couple times. Every time there was like 15, 20, maybe 25 people. And now when I come, we can expect like anywhere between 15 to like 40 people from what I've seen. It's pretty crazy. And new people every time, too. It's absolutely wonderful just seeing how many people are willing to come and share and connect and just branch off their original ideas, and it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty amazing thing.
And then like I like how you modified your the white open your heart shirt, you turned it into like a tank top. But then like you said, like you were out and about like doing bro stuff, and people were like asking you about it, right?
Oh, it was hilarious. My buddies friggin' threw this big rager, and because they just got their place, there was honestly probably 120 people at this friggin' party, and I just was like, what better opportunity? Wore my Open Your Heart shirt, and it's got the big friggin' symbol on the front and Open Your Heart in big letters, and I had tons of people just being like, whoa, bro, what's that all about? And I was just like, wow, let me tell you. I just got all into it, so it was pretty awesome. Got a lot of people interested in just even just talking about, as a lot of people that I know in this community say, just planting the seeds a little bit at a time. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, like that's always the interesting part when a buddy who you've known for a while, like, I mean, you're just like, oh yeah, like Terrence McKenna, lucid dreaming, like all these fringe areas of the internet that you've like run YouTube searches on and you've been intriguing towards, and then we go through that process of quote unquote like being exposed to knowledge, awakening, or whatever it is, just like taking in data, processing it, and then yeah, like the interesting thing is when you have friends who like have seen you do this, haven't paid too much attention to it, but then eventually when the time is right for them, they'll come up to you and be like, hey man, like what was that thing you were saying about like something a while ago? Like what was that about like the toroidal field or something? Like, yo, I saw something else on that and then like it made me think of what you said, but then now I'm totally thinking about it too, and it's just like
oh, that's one of my favorite parts, man. Like I'm not a very consistent person when it comes, because I'm always trying like a million different things, but like I'll come to Paradigm Shift a couple times weeks in a row, and then I won't be there for a month, or like I'll listen to Paradigm Shift radio every Sunday for a couple weeks, and then I won't listen to it for 2 weeks. It's like I go on and off, but I always keep myself in touch, like on Facebook. I've subscribed to obviously all the Paradigm Radio Shift, all that stuff, like the Mind Unleashed.
You're a monthly supporter too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's huge, dude.
And then, like on Reddit, I've got my all my subreddits, like meditation, spirituality, get motivated, and all that stuff. So like, even if I'm not always in that, that channel, if you want to call it, it's like I always get sucked back in because there's always some sort of synchronicity. Like I haven't listened to the radio show in a while, just because of business with work and all that stuff. And I sometimes listen to Coast to Coast as well. And then something just clicked. I'm like, I'm listening in tonight. I'm gonna listen in, get involved in the chat, and just see what's up. Happens to be the 100th episode, and I'm just like, and it ended up being a freaking awesome episode too. So those little, synchronicities, it's pretty great.
Yeah. Sorry, not trying to like bogart the conversation, but I was just gonna say, like, because you mentioned it, I think it's really cool how we can sort of customize our laptops, like our profiles, our Facebooks, our Reddits, into these information and motivational machines that we sync up with. Like, you sort of like, what is your relationship with your laptop, with your computer, when you ask yourself that question? Because if you want to, you can turn it into this thing and be like, oh, hey, laptop, what's up? What do you got for me today? And you open it up, 10 seconds in, you're just like, boom, here's like a new like groundbreaking study about something, or like here's like something super awesome that will inspire you, or here's some more keys to the universe coming your way, and you're just like, sweet, awesome, thanks. And then it's yeah, like I just think that's like, I'm sure it is for everyone here. Is it kind of like that for you guys? Are you guys like constantly, like, are your media feeds kind of filled up with Paradigm?
My Facebook feed these days is just like, it's like 1 in 10 chance it's actually going to be like someone I know posting something. And then like I said, I've got all my subreddits, and then I've got like my desktop is always something motivational. Like, it's like, that's for me. What about anyone else?
I feel like yeah, like that's a very important point you brought out, because here's the thing, like, when I see something like like you said, a scientific study, I would like, I would click on that study, and I would see the paper, and I would read it really carefully, and I would like, I would because a scientific paper, it has basically the text, and at the end of the paper it has references and different kinds of checkouts to do, basically. So I'd go there, and like, I realized, like, I'm going through that pattern of just like searching and like just like crazy, like it's like I'm just going on this journey basically of research, and like I realize, like it's time becomes meaningless, and I'm just like, whoa, like I don't really know where, and I realized, like, I learned, I did, like, the process of learning was super important. I was like, it's really good. It's really good.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Something like
anyone, because we're always mentioning, like big names in this kind of community, like Terrence McKenna and George
Yeah.
Carlin, people like that. I don't know if anybody's ever looked anything into Jason Silva. He's actually
Yeah, good.
I'm a big fan of him, and he's always talking about like the importance of technology, or at least what it's given us at this time
Yeah,
towards our own like evolution or whatever. And it's like it's true. It's almost kind of a waste to not use it in that way. Like it's like we can kind of just take Facebook and all these things that are
yeah.
technically useless and turn it into something like a really valuable tool.
And it's
So.
so funny you brought that up because I actually saw him like 2 months ago, like in Venice, and yeah, he was like a really cool guy. Like I was like, oh man, you're Jason Silva,
Oh,
and
you
like
met him?
yeah. Like I saw him. He was like on the beach, and he was like a couple of people there, like and like I was just like, oh, like what are you doing? Like this was like apparently doing a keynote or something. And I was like, oh man, good meeting you, man. Like good shit. I really like your things. And like I told him because like I'm into organic chemistry and it's really important. I try to keep like philosophy in the closet, but I really enjoy your philosophy. And like it was just like it was awesome. He's a good man.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love his YouTube channel. It's just so much great stuff. It's really eye-opening for people like just to get like where people in paradigm shift communities are coming from, like sort of the mindset those people have. If like I think it's great for people who aren't even like spiritually awoken yet. Like it really puts you in that mindset of just like curiosity and really questioning like reality and philosophies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It was one of those things where I was talking with a friend the other day, and they were mentioning they were canceling everybody off Facebook, and I guess that's good for some people, but the majority of the people that I have on my friends list, I have them there for a reason, and I always try and post things that are positive, that I've been going through or life experiences, and just trying to uplift and give like different things that I just go ahead and put up. And a lot of people are starting to follow suit, and I'm seeing that. And I want to get them involved in this community as well, because this is something that I feel like I have the biggest gift to somebody, and a lot of people just aren't ready to take it. And it's like one of those things where when a parent's raising a child, and they're like, if we have the answers, we have the pathway that you want you to go, but everybody has to go in their own time and find their own way. But it's always here, and it's such a blessing. Like this community is so good to be associated with, and there's been so many life-changing things that have happened with myself attributed to this community. And I just want to thank you guys, because there's never a dull moment. I will say that.
Hey man, thank you for the goosebumps. Ooh, you got me. You got me right there.
True.
No, for sure. It's met tons of just crazy and awesome people through this community, and like
Right.
that's why I'm a big fan of Brendan always promoting for other people to do it, because like I'm lucky enough that like the two guys who basically started the whole paradigm shift London thing. Like I live in London. I'm quite lucky to go there, where we've got a really big and continuous flowing community. So it's like I'm always hoping for other people to start it up, and then like every time like I'll see a new one come up, like paradigm shift Barry or paradigm shift Kitchen or something like that. It just keeps growing, and these little communities just keep popping up, and that just makes me happy, because then like other people can get this awesome experience, this powerful tool that is the community.
For me, it's a life-changing experience. It's one of those things to where, and from what I've found is people wanting to lose sense of religion per se, and just be opening up awareness to other forms, and start realizing that it's all connected in some way, and they all speak, and all the facets come together in love and harmony, and trying to build each other up through this spiritual journey, and be there and just being there for each other, no matter what difference, no matter what cultural background, no matter what it is. We're all brothers and sisters, created under one universe to go ahead and promote peace, love, and happiness. And if that's what the main priority is in life, then that's our duty, and that's what we should do. And it's being done, and people are being they're being awakened, and it's people like Brendan and others that have just really set the ball in motion. And that I want to be able to do that and to be able to give back as well. And that's where this is sort of a breeding ground for going ahead and getting that spiritual strength to go ahead and start making moves and start listening to spirit instead of listening to self, or start doing things and thinking about different things. And it's awesome, man. It's so great. So great.
No, yeah, bro, I totally agree. I just I want to know how big it's gonna get, because I'm always I'll share links here and there to the radio's on tonight, or just invite random friends to the group. Like you said, I do the monthly thing where I donate some cash to them, and I've bought T-shirts and all of that. So it's because I want to see this continue to grow. It's already fascinating, to the point it's gotten to just now. I can't even imagine another couple of years from now. I want this thing to explode. And just it gives me shivers just thinking about it.
There's certainly an underground of people for the past few decades that have been wary of talking about these topics, but more people are coming out and just just without fear, because the internet, I've been a huge advocate for net neutrality, and I think the internet is definitely a big part of all of this. It's the only reason we're talking right now, and I really I keep bringing up net neutrality, but in the other Paradigm Shift live chats, but it's really the reason why we're here, the reason why we can even have these topics, the reasons Paradigm Shift Radio can be a thing. It's a huge it's connectivity, and I think it's a huge part of the global consciousness sort of awakening to itself, sort of weaving back and sort of connecting all the dots, the dots being everybody's individual intelligence, and sort of just kind of linking back up with each other. We got to keep the internet safe.
I totally agree.
I think you made a valid point, and one of those things being scared. I came from a very Christian background, so for me, getting into more metaphysical and doing readings and doing tarot cards and having spiritual gifts that I knew I had earlier, it was one of those things to where being scared when you start changing sort of your mentality and posting about it, it's maybe I shouldn't add these people because they knew me one way, but I don't know if everybody's going to assimilate with that, if they're on the same vibration. I don't know if, and so, but you get to a point to where it's wait a second, this is the best thing ever. This is amazing. If you are not a part of this, what is your problem? What is your problem? I can't right now. It's too much. But to understand that this is all, and whatever your higher power is, this is what the creation was meant for. It was for enlightenment. It was for getting on that path to where you're thinking with spirit and being guided by that, and not by all these outside entities or forces that are trying to pull you in all these sorts of directions, because this just feels right. There's just a sense of it just feels right, because it's all about feeling, and it's not about rigorous, I guess. What is the word I'm looking for? I guess certain things. The word I'm looking for is stuff that you do repetitiously, like with church, and it's always this way, it's black and white, and there's no gray area. There's no area to expand, because they would rather place God into a box and say, this is what we know and this is what it is, than to expand and say, but what does it facet on this realm? Because, higher beings you can't really place them in a box. You can't, I don't know. I guess it's too big, and it's too expansive for our minds. So I just go with just be and just live and try and manifest destiny and watch it grow. And just try and be the light to other people.
That's awesome, man. No, I vibing a lot with what you're saying. I the part that you were saying about people not being able to handle like the level or whatever. Like, and you were saying like you weren't like, I think earlier you mentioned that you only have certain people like on your social medias or whatever. It's like I've gone through parts where I'm like, oh, like I don't talk to this person anymore. They're always putting out like kind of bad vibes on their Facebook. Like, I've always gone, I don't need these people, like I've questioned whether or not I should just get rid of them and then keep all the good people and all that. But it's like the good people, like I shouldn't be labeling people, but you know what I mean, right?
Right.
And but then like at the same time I try to look at it as like I'm always trying to post positive things and all that. So it's like maybe just because I don't need them, maybe like I can help them out. It's like I can give out something to them. I don't need to always just be receiving from other people. So it's like I don't know. There's been tons of people who I never would have even guessed would have been into this kind of stuff that are just now like they've messaged me and just been like, hey, you're always posting this, and it's like I just got into this. You heard of this guy Terrence McKenna? Or hey, have you heard about this whole free energy thing or whatever? What about this net neutrality? And I'm always just like, really? So it's cool to find out that people actually had like even just that little bit have just been affected by that, because like I'm always like so thankful when like I can receive energy or a notion or a thought or an idea or whatever someone else is putting out. I'm just like, ooh, and then it gets me, it leads me to a link, or like new like knowledge. I'm always like so thankful for that. So it's like if I can even just give a little tidbit of that back, it's like worth it,
Right. It really is. It really is.
Oh yeah, and the other thing you were saying about coming from a heavy religious background, I can't even imagine like how I don't know maybe the word confining that would be. And nothing against religious folk. I know tons of people who are great people and who follow a certain religion or whatever. But like I was very, in my opinion, lucky to be raised by very open-minded people. But funny enough, my dad was actually. His dad was like the freaking pastor of a church and super strict like Christian like back in Scotland or whatever, and he was just like I couldn't even listen to regular music on Sundays. The only music I was allowed to listen to were church hymns and all that stuff. And I'm just sitting there like my dad's the one who showed me Coast to Coast AM. He's really out there open-minded. So I was just like, oh, I'm so lucky to have been raised in an open environment. Like I can't even imagine getting to that open-mindedness state from those roots. That'd be such a difficult grind, in my opinion. So
well, it was a difficult thing, and to be honest with you, dealing with number one the fact that I'm gay. So that like I came out when I was 14 years old, but I was almost a youth pastor, and it just a lot of things just went down to where I was like I can't live a lie. So so that's what really started my journey on trying to find out my spirituality, but still aligning myself with kind of like what I was raised in. So, but then I started saying, well, how does this line up with how I feel? And all the good I accepted, and everything that was bad, I guess sort of said, well, I don't feel like this is for me, and I just let it go, and I was okay with that, because in the long run, that's really what it is. Whatever you feel is right in your heart and you have good intent with, you go with that. And if you don't have to take everything for what it is at that moment. If you get that experience and it might feel something down the road and you might say, you know what, now I see what they were saying about that. And that's where you're at for that moment, and that's where you're at. But as long as I feel that you and your spirit feel like, you know what, this is good for me and that works, then for yourself, then that's what it is. So
that's awesome. Well,
hi Tony.
Oh.
Hi new people.
Hi Noah.
I know.
Have you guys heard of Mick Dodge, the guy who lives off the grid?
No. What's he about?
Oh, it's incredible. He just lives in the forest. He doesn't wear shoes, and he claims that not wearing shoes and living outside allows you to sort of understand the environment better for like as a hunter-gatherer. It's really incredible if you look at an article on him. I can put it in the chat right now. I love these people living off the grid, and I hate it when people are like enforcing laws, not allowing it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Please link that because I would love to check that out.
I would too.
I don't know. I just recently started gardening, and I always do it with my feet just on the bare ground, just because I'd heard somewhere along my little esoteric journey that was a good thing, and it just feels great every time. It grounds me literally. I feel like I'm just I don't even know no words for it.
I'm not a gardener per se, but I started just watering plants like after school. Every day after school, and like I don't know, it just brought like this weird calming energy out of nowhere. And then I started growing beans in my biology class, and out of nowhere they just like skyrocketed before everybody else's. And I was just like, have I gained some sort of like connection over time, or is that just me getting really lucky?
That's so cool.
Because it was literally like one weekend. Everybody else's plant wasn't there. Mine just skyrocketed in like one weekend, and it just kept getting like that. So I just kept watering plants after school, and like I got extra credit, and I was very happy about that.
That's so awesome.
And symbiotic relationship with plants for the win.
I don't want to interrupt the conversation, but I just want to share that I'm really excited right now. Seeing Noah here. Oh, he just left. Oh my God!
Oh no!
He's a really good friend, and he's now in Israel doing amazing work with people over there and sharing like paradigm shift stuff. And this one, I just want to show you guys. This.
He's back.
All right. This.
Yeah, Alon. I just posted a picture of you holding that.
This one I got to install, and we did it free hugs with it. After we started Love Trip,
Alon!
Yo, my friend! So good to see you! Oh my God.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
Oh my God. It's funny, I came from Israel to Canada. We met like a few times, and then he left to Israel. We exchanged that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Swap places.
And I want to show you also, Joel Simmons. After the last episode 99, he was here in the conversation in the Google Hangout, and because of that, we talked up until also with Nikolai up until like I don't know 3 a.m., 2 a.m. And this guy came to us to Free Hug yesterday at Nathan Phillips Square in Toronto, and check out what he's done. This is really, really amazing. Okay, check it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Joel drew that?
Yeah. It's really
that's
like
awesome.
going to global conversation of consciousness and truth, and really, really amazing stuff.
That's good. That looks like a pretty hefty sign too.
Smile because you're alive.
And the tongues yell. Oh my God.
I like that sign because in the show, the one caller, I was listening to him kind of on and off because I was also looking at something else. But that one thing he said caught me. He's just like, oh cool, I woke up today. I feel great. I was just like, that's such a great thing.
Exactly.
Just reminded me. So.
Yeah. Also, I just want to share that I was away for like 10 minutes here, and just when I was away, I got like really, really, really exciting news from a friend now about Love Trip, and I can't share everything right now with you guys. Skull, I will talk to you about specific later, but I just wanted you gotta just keep following Love Trip, keep following Paradigm Shift, and you'll get some really, really amazing news coming up soon. There will be more synchronized Free Hugs event, and it's gonna go bigger, so just really good news, yeah. I'm just excited right now.
Awesome.
Go Team Humanity.
I love that everybody is at this happy spot. And hey!
Oh, man.
That rocks. I love it.
We are one, guys. We are one.
I gotta start making more signs. That's the thing these days. I want to be one of the cool kids too. I'm gonna make a sign tomorrow. Awesome. Love costume.
Chris, I actually owe you some buttons. I've been meaning to tell you. I owe you some buttons. Your name got picked in an episode like a few weeks back, and I just was gonna tell you in person, and I just hadn't yet. So
sweet, awesome.
Yeah,
I'll be showing up at one of the Fridays soon, and then I'll
that's what I figured. Yeah,
I got my 3 right here right now. Got these. Come on, there we go. Got these 3, and I keep them alongside my crystal ball.
Yeah.
Seriously, people come into my room and they're just like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That's a crystal ball," and they're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, "No, that's a crystal ball."
Yo, someone is echoing out.
Oh, who's
I
that?
think that's Noah, isn't it? Or is it? Hold on, Nikolai, be quiet for 1 second. Okay, it's Jessica. Jessica, are you there?
Oh.
Yeah, she's obviously there.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
She's like, oh shit, they can hear me.
I've never been on this before, so I didn't know how it works.
Of all the voices you could have used,
Yeah,
that was such an odd invitation.
Victor turned into the Joker, I think.
Yeah, that's my Joker poster. I don't have a sign, but I have a pretty epic Joker poster.
That's cool too.
He's walking out of style.
Okay, sorry, Jessica. If you have headphones, put those in. I'm just gonna put you on mute so it doesn't echo.
Yeah, it's fine.
yourself. Cool.
Echo.
I was gonna ask. I want to hear from Noah. Noah, man, like, what's up? Good to see you, dude.
Yo.
Yo, man.
Sorry, I just was distracted. Basically, I'm in the only, one of the only parts of, obviously so many fucked up things are happening where I am right now.
Yes.
I'm basically, like, in the only part of Israel that, like, I haven't, like no rockets have fired around here. So, yeah, I don't know what people are hearing, like, what people aren't hearing, but, it's
Please
complicated.
let us know.
That's all I'll say.
Well, we were talking about it briefly earlier, man. Like, I mean, if you have intel that you can share with us, I mean, you know, just any sort of perspective, because that's what we were saying. You know, like, I think what's happening there is like a big microcosm of the macrocosm, as I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm like very. Oh wow! Hey. Oh wow! Hi.
Oh, shit, there's a me.
I don't know what they were. I don't know what they were talking about, but like, it's kind of like, it's a very like fine line. Like, basically, it started because of like the teenagers, like, that got kidnapped and murdered like a month ago in Israel. So that was like over a month ago. Like 3 teenagers were kidnapped and murdered. And then basically, like, the reason why things are so disproportionate in terms of like the damage done is because Israel's like military is way stronger and way more powerful, and so like the disproportionate aspect isn't so much the indicator. Like, that's not what I look at and be like, oh, that's why this is a fucked up situation. Because if the other side had the capabilities, they could use it as well. They just don't have the sophistication. So they fired like I think around like 800 rockets so far. Like, there's been like sirens going off pretty much all day in a lot of parts of Israel. So like, on one end, like, I'm just like devastated that like this is shit's going on even in this country, that there's people dying, there's innocent people dying in Gaza, and that these things are happening. And on the other hand, I think to myself, like, this was the United States or Canada, and some country was, or some part of the world was like firing rockets on their country. Like, I don't even know if they would like hesitate. Like, they've basically like put in pamphlets to like all the places in Gaza where like they're gonna get rid of the rocket areas, like where the rockets are being held, and they basically like said, get the fuck out. And Hamas is like, no, don't get out. And so like they're doing a lot of things to prevent people from being in the places that they're trying to get rid of. They're like taking a lot of precautions on that, but the fact remains is like, because of the situation going on, like, it's kind of a fucked up situation. Like, if rockets are being fired, what are they supposed to do? Nothing? Like, that's the basic situation. Like, not that like it's good what's going on at all there, but like rockets are being fired continually, and it's like, yeah, they have a better technology, they have Iron Domes to intercept it, so like it's easier for like not as many bad things to happen. But like, kind of fucked up. Like, I can't imagine like being in Toronto if rockets were firing. Like, what would happen? Like, would the government just like I don't know. It's a weird situation. I definitely don't like am very sad about what's happening overall here. But I've just been like trying to figure it out, like what should happen, what shouldn't happen. And like it's so complicated. Like there's people that are really extreme on one side. They're just like, oh fuck all of Hamas, like fuck all of fuck all of the people living there. Who cares? And the other side, everyone's just like, well, fuck Israel, like they can't do anything right. And I mean, I would be cautious and take a more balanced approach to understanding the situation. It is very complicated, and if you were here, maybe you'd understand a little bit better. But it's not so black and white as people would like to understand. So I'm kind of in the middle. I just don't care. This stuff is just all bullshit, and it's a manifestation of deeper stuff going on. And so I'm not really like here to as much judge. I just like I'm trying to like just live in the time being. Where I am is like very safe. Like I'm in Sfat, which is like the mystical city here, and it's like in the mountain region. I mean, there have been rockets now fired from Lebanon, and so now they're coming in from like from the northern part of Israel, as opposed to just where Gaza is. So they're coming from both ends of the country now. So I'm just like I heard sirens last night where I was, but they were at a distance. So it's kind of just like I don't know what the heck to do if there's sirens going off. But yeah, like people live, man. People are living right now and just trying to figure shit out. There's a lot of people that are just like, you know, it's like it's so weird. I don't really know how to explain it to you. I'm in the middle of it, like the Middle East right now. I'm kind of fucked up. But yeah, I would just be cautious not to like believe everything like from both sides, like both extremes, because I don't think the answer is found in the extreme. And that's all I'll pretty much say about that. And don't feel like offended. Like, you can't defend me about this. Like I'm not. You can't. Like I'm not taking things personally. Like I'm not. You know.
No, not even that stupid beard on your face.
Yeah.
No,
what? Your beard, man. We both grew beard.
I was making fun of your beard. Oh, I mean, it's not. There's no point insulting him if you can't hear me. I don't know.
This is where I am. By the way, this is where I am.
Oh shit.
Oh, beautiful spot. It's an amazing city.
Wait, this is
Israel? Is that a blown out building right there?
I'm in a crazy, dude. I'm in a crazy place.
No, that looks like nice. You should go on a hike.
I like the graffiti.
Oh man, it's the best place for hikes. Believe me.
Oh, yeah. Dude, there's a picture on Reddit right now.
Basically,
that's, like,
many of the mystical.
Hold on. Go ahead. No.
Many of the mystical archetypes of Israel, like all like anyone like the tree of like the Zohar, if anybody knows what that is. Basically, like most of the decoding of the Kabbalah came from mystics that lived in this region. So there's grave sites and there's like just like it's in the mountains region. It's like really it's a trip. It's really trippy here.
It's cool, dude.
It's basically a full-blown like spiritual city. Literally, like for Shabbat yesterday or 2 days ago for the Sabbath, there's no people driving, like the whole city.
I see.
Yeah, it's really cool. And how are people doing down in wherever everyone is? I don't know where people are.
Dude, I mean, it's like I'm in California right now. I can't really complain. Yeah, things are good, man. They're just everything is just going at a synchronicity, and people are just kind of expressing their beauty. That's basically the reality. And dude, I kind of want to give you props because you said earlier that don't believe what both of the sides mean, because I could totally know what you're talking about. Because here's the thing. Hello? I have friends from Ukraine, Eastern Ukraine and like Western Ukraine, and you probably know there's a big conflict right now. And that's totally like true what you're saying. You can't it's like when there's a conflict like that,
Yeah.
you can't really take sides. You just have to go with the reality. You have to like see what's real, you know, and you know, you seeing reality is like embracing the patterns of the person. So meeting the people, the actual people that were there, and that's dude, that I totally like. Yeah, that's my point basically.
Yeah, it's just meant to caution because like it's the thing is like everyone has valid points. Like the people that are on both sides, there's valid points if you really break it down. But what's dangerous, like there's extremes. Like there's people I see on Facebook now, and I don't know if you guys are involved with it, that like have no idea. Like they're basically saying like, well, in the sense of what they're actually perpetuating. They're not perpetuating like they want to help Gaza. They're saying basically like that the Nazis should have like, God forbid, taken care of what they did, and they just have no idea like the complexities of like what that even means when they're saying that, and like what is actually going on here. It's like, it's just like, it's so much more complicated than that. And like I don't think any of us truly can ever understand any of it because we're just seeing the external what's happening, and you can't ever know what's happening internally, and you can't even know what you hear what's happening is true. I'm in Israel, and I don't even know what for sure is happening is true. I don't know what pictures are real, what pictures are taken from other times. Like some people are like skeptical about so many things, and when it comes to like what they want to believe, they'll like lower down what they're skeptical about, and just like they might question everything, and then all of a sudden something that they want to hear about something is going on, and they just don't question it because it fits their worldview much easier. And I'm seeing that with both sides because I'm around like all different. Like Israel is basically the country of extremes. Like everybody is so extreme. There's extremely religious, extremely secular, extremely anti-Israel, extremely pro. It's like there's so little balance in the region. It's so intense.
That's probably part of the problem.
What?
That's probably part of the problem is their lack of balance. Like you said, the extremities, they won't work together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's because everything, like the funny thing is that everything that goes on inside, within, is just happening all around the region, and it's like everyone's immune to like this extreme behavior. Like it's just so.
That forest
and
you
then
just
when you
showed me, man, you should
when you
like
look
totally
from
like
all the way across
there, and just totally like
What?
express that forest you just showed me. You should throw some kind of event there and totally express what you just expressed, and like make other people express what you think, what they want.
That's kind of dangerous there.
Right, but that's the beauty of it.
Very crazy.
You wanna. I don't know. Yeah, it is dangerous, but it's just like
I can't really I'm not really moving around because
war zone, dude. That's like crazy. Right there.
I'm in a safe haven right now, like one of the only places that nothing's going on. So like I kind of don't want to leave, but like I'm considering, like I'm kind of freaked out a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of a weird situation. But I just got to say, like I gotta run to a class right now. I'm actually like in a yeshiva, which is like a learning place. Get up, brother. So I gotta go right now. But thanks for being able to wake up and get on Paradigm Shift. I miss it.
We love you, Noah.
Stay safe,
Awesome.
Noah.
Guys, take care. Love you all.
Yeah. Take care, Noah.
Peace.
You stay safe
well.
out there.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, is Noah leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Noah. I was like, sorry, I was half into something else. Well, he's back. He's gonna be back in London in September, end of August.
Yeah.
So I'll see him again. That'll be intense, man.
Does anybody have any interesting supermoon stories?
Supermoon stories?
I found some serendipity yesterday. I completely ran into friends and just had a really great night, and then meditated under the moon, and then dreamed being Walter White with angel wings, flying over dolphins. Flying over dolphins majestically. Does anybody else? I find that every supermoon I dream much more at night. I don't know if that's goes like goes the same for any of you guys, but did anybody have any interesting experiences last night? Nada.
I
Squad?
would say that my interesting experience happened in the combination of 2 days. One with the solar flares that was there, one with the solar flares going on in congruence with the supermoon that was going on as well. And there was everything that sort of came together as to where there was so much chaos. For some reason, I was on the opposite end of the spectrum, and I don't know if it had to do with Mercury getting out of retrograde and things really starting to propel themselves, but uh, just things really started to accumulate for me, and people started, like my path just started becoming way more clear, way too quick. I just found out yesterday that one of the jobs that I just started is going to shut down on Wednesday. So I was a little. I wasn't worried because I've been working three jobs really, and it was a lot. So when I found out about the information, it was funny because I was training at both jobs, and the one job that I was at that it was about to shut down, I was making money and I was on the floor the first day. So now when I start and my training's done at the other job, the Wednesday that it shuts down, Thursday is when I start at the other job making money. So it all came together to where I never lost anything. I was always taken care of, but it just happened with such perfectness. So everything is really starting to go in a great. I'm in a great position right now. So I'm just thankful that the universe is finally sending some good vibes my way. Finally. I'm stepping into it and seeing it for what it is. Thank you.
Dude, yeah, it's nice to hear, man, because it's like you gotta like, basically fit with the journey because there's no going back. It's just a constant flow of information and a constant flow of data that's coming towards your way, and you have to like accept that data and accept reality and live with the day and yeah, dude. So I totally agree with you. Good job, man.
I don't really feel like I did anything but just be present. And I think that was the one thing that I had sent out intent and doing certain things and where I wanted to go. And it seemed like it was almost like the secret made sense finally. The secret was whatever intent that you send out and you try and work towards, the universe will surround yourself with people that will get you to the right place without you really having to do that much work. It's crazy. It just everything falls into place, and there's nothing else you can say but that it wasn't me. The universe did it. It was divine appointment. It was exactly what, and so the credit is not on self. The credit is based upon something that was, you might have placed the intent out there, but all the gifts were given to you because you finally understood, you finally got it. So now just sitting and watching things grow, it's almost like an appreciation, and you don't want to let that appreciation go. So you have to make that grow because out of respect for what's been given. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I just want to say, obviously we just met at the hangout last week. I can feel in your voice that like it's level up. It's you've upgraded.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Most definitely.
simplifying things in your life, and you feel more love. Feel more appreciation. That's just the way.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. I'm really happy that happened to you.
Yeah. Yeah. It was needed, and it was. I'm so thankful. I really am just so thankful at everything and the way that things just sort of worked out, and just seeing how everything comes together. It's mind blowing, is what it is. That's the only thing that I can say. I was telling my friend, I was like, if I could put a meme up that just was just somebody with their face smiling but their mind being blown, just God. That is exactly, yes. That's the way I feel because it's too much. It's almost too much. It's too much, and it's like I really wish. I really wish that I would have gotten. I really wish I would have gotten it earlier. I really wish that I would have understood. But understanding is in one's time, and sometimes it takes time for that to culminate and to actually come into fruition. But when it does, it's such an amazing thing. Such an amazing thing.
Yes, yes, yes. These are precise words, my friend. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just want to say that I'm just connecting to your vibe because as we speak, literally as we speak, like at this Google Hangout, stuff happened here with my friends and really amazing good news about stuff that we're doing about the free hug stuff and and like this feeling of endless progress, like
Right.
yeah, like all the time we're even getting higher and even getting better. It's so fun. It's so relieving. It's so like okay, let's get on with the job. Let's
Right.
love even more. Let's
Right.
do
Yes. Yes.
getting there.
It's so
The
great.
community, everyone, and we're all connected now. So we're gonna hear more and more good news about each other and doing stuff together eventually. Like
It's so
synchronous
great.
reacts and like everything.
Right.
Totally. I want to also add, like, yeah, we met each other, like, um, we met each other, like you said, like, like last week, and like, dude, like, we've gotten in such deep conversations that it's like, it's like the experience just like kind of, basically time was turning around our dimension, and then it just disappeared, and then basically it was meaningless. It's almost as if we extended the time. So like I feel like we know each other way more, and it's like that's the best thing. It's like it's just
Like talking to somebody you've
we
already
kind
met.
of did that magic, dude. Like it's like that's what I'm talking about. Like it's not magic, not magic, but it's just it's that thing where we did something unexplainably. Like I mean, usually it takes people quite a while to bond, but I feel like we it happened. It happened really fast, and that's really like that's it's really it's progress. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you guys feel a certain way as to where the more that you start experiencing things like this, the more humble that you get? There's a sense of humility
Oh
that
yeah.
that is felt to where it's almost it breaks down ego and it breaks down everything because it's like, you know what, as much as you try to build everything and say that you might have known this or might have known that, but realize that the bigger source and what they have to give, and it's like, oh, I don't even feel like I deserve it, and I don't even feel like sometimes I'm like, what is going on? Why is this going on? And at some level, we always say, and I say it for myself, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not at this spot. But then whenever I'm like, I've gotten to the position that I'm in, and I've just been present, and everything is given on a certain level, it's almost too much to handle because it's like, I asked for it, now here you go. I'm now supplying you with everything, and now it's like you have a choice. You can either step into one mode and you can say, I'm going to run with this, or you can go back to the other mode and say, I'll control everything. And the whole thing is about losing control, but gaining love and showing that. And in that is when everything comes together. Like that's the way it seems for me. I don't know.
Letting
Absolutely.
go.
You're speaking the words, man.
Wasn't that on topic somewhere else about letting go?
Oh, look at Joel's picture. I love that. Whose picture was that? Joel's picture? That was
It's
definitely
me.
him.
I'm at work right now. And I'm trying to use my phone for this, and it's rather a little tedious and difficult. So can you hear me okay?
Oh
Hey, what up, buddy?
Hey guys. Yeah, I was just wanted to piggyback off AJ there. That's what these last 24, 48 hours I felt like. It was like synchronicities just completely writing itself out. You don't even have to try. Meeting up with Alon and Avi yesterday was just like a perfect reconciliation of everything. Like they opened up some doors for me to express things that like needed to happen, but I was resisting and holding back, and it's just like one thing lifts up and the floodgates just completely pour out, and it's very
Mhm.
seamless. So those guys were very inspirational. I was really happy to have been able to be a part of that.
Joe, I just want to say, and this is a great opportunity so everybody could hear us. It was an amazing time yesterday with you. Avi's hearing our conversation, hearing your words, and yeah, once we get together, we get each other's magic working, you know. And this
Yeah,
is what happened today. It was a magical day of the free hugs, just like sparkling up bubbles, running with kids, and it was really, really fun creating that art. And I just showed them before you joined. I showed them the things that you created, the sign, that joined the conversation about consciousness and truth. The global awakening, and
yeah.
it's amazing. We still have it, and like I'm having good news all the time, and you're here. It's like sharing that information about what's going on. And I just want to tell you, I don't know if I'm gonna be all the time here. Please join the event that we created. It's growing up all the time, and so you can be updated what's going on. And Skull is gonna be part of this as well. We're gonna upgrade the event itself, put in more stuff, and it's going to be probably another event, another synchronized free hugs, giving like potential to even grow more and for more people to do free hugs and step out of that and creating that synchronicities. Be there to create the synchronicities and be a witness to the miracles that are happening. And like Joel did, Joel stepped out of those comfort zone, contacted me, came to meet us on the square, and we had a wonderful day together, meeting more wonderful people. And
And I
I
love that we
posted it
talked
on the
about.
chat, so you can all come in.
I love the ideas that we talked about too, of having it not just be a free hugs event, but like a little mini festival in a way where people who have something different to offer, they can do that. And having people perform with whatever their art might be and their style, because like we
Yeah,
talked about yesterday, it's not just about doing something showy for people, but it's about being in that rawness of your passion, something that you really love to do, that just creates an amazing positive flow of energy. That is what draws people in, and it's beautiful.
yeah, yeah. I just want to explain, like, sometimes when we talk about free hugs, and me and Skull talk about it a lot. It's like the free hugs is just a symbol. It's just a symbol. It's not about the hug itself. It's about people coming together, and it's about also an opportunity to many people just bring their art and heart outside, to other people. Whether it's just playing a guitar and doing with that free hugs, and adding like put some art there and give out buttons and stuff like that, and just sing. I don't know, just people coming together and doing free hugs together and art, whatever kind of art, maybe just juggling, staff or anything like poise and stuff like that. Just doing that, but on the street, that people could watch you and get inspired by your art and heart also, and that's what happens. It always happens, and if you got friends or if you are playing something, you have any kind of art you want to share, I would encourage do it on the street, and you wouldn't imagine what could happen there.
Yeah, because that gets people to stop, and it gets people to, it captures their attention, because guess what? It's a heck of a lot more interesting than anything else that's going on. If you know
Yes.
what you bring out, then people will bring themselves out and be captivated and participate, and then do their own piece eventually when you hook them in.
Exactly.
I have something to share actually. There's a
Gotta head out. Bye. Bye, guys. Love you all.
Bye,
later.
Chris.
Really nice
See you around, dude.
sharing
See ya.
experience with you. So there's this group called ACS, and it's called the American Chemical Society, and it's basically these events where all these scientists go and kind of show their work, and it can be boring for some, but like when I went, like, I felt like, it's just exactly the same thing that Alun just said, showing your art like that. And dude, like, I totally felt that. Like, people were like explaining to me like the process of like, how to, add bromine to plastic so that the plastic doesn't melt, and just like explaining that and just showing that art. It's just like, dude, like, and like totally like I feel like it could be done with anything. It's just like expressing things,
This,
And
this is Avi saying hello to Nikolai.
Hello.
hey, how's it going, buddy?
Very, very nice.
Going?
How do you feel?
Hey, there he is.
Doing good.
Yovi.
Of course he's feeling good. Everybody's feeling good here, man.
Where's Joel? Where'd Joel go?
Joel is here. No, he's listening, man. He's listening.
He's listening. I love you, Joel. Thank you very much.
I love you too, man.
Yeah, continue. I don't want to interrupt you, Nikolai. Continue, please.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying, it's just like, so that when I went there, it just felt that like new movement. Everyone was just showing their beauty and like art and what they've manifested, their ideas about chemicals, how can they be altered, and like I just like I was a kid. I was like if you've seen like like, have you guys seen like Harry Potter when like in that movie when he first like enters like Hogwarts? Like I was like, whoa, like it's like I was just like so like just like crazy, like astonished, dumbfounded by like what these people are doing, like what kind of research they're doing, and it was just like I like teared up too. Like I was like. I don't know, like when I get really like happy, like I just tear up, and it's just I love being in that state where you're so happy, your serotonin is just like shooting all these affinities in your brain, and you're just like I love everyone, and like oxytocin is a hormone that makes us bond. It's the hormone that, for example, for example, when you're breastfed by your mother, you form oxytocin with her. That you bond. It's that kind of like mother to son bond, and I feel like, and it's also like when you fall in love, you create this bonding kind of like feeling, and it's really fascinating, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was feeling.
What's up? What's up, Joel?
That's exactly what I was feeling yesterday when I was meeting up with Alon. It was that exact feeling, the oxytocin, and I can tell you that when you don't have a lot of that activity happening, and then you have that hormone activity come up, it's like almost a high.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's feeling like, and it seems like you're expressing this thing, and everyone's just like, yeah, but that's just your own experience, and it's just like, but no, it's an experience of itself. It's not just like an experience that didn't occur. It did occur. It was like real in reality itself. It's just like it was like it was there, man, and. Like I totally know what you mean. And it's like, yeah, it's like.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Your own.
Joe's like.
Joel, you're like kind of like we're off. Could you repeat your statement?
Okay, I'll try again. I was just saying that if you have your own
Hey, where's Skull?
that it develops an etheric element to it, because then that starts spewing out and affects others, and then they feel greater, and then you feel better, and it just keeps compounding. So the science has that limited view, but there's so much more to it.
No, there is so much more to it, and I feel like, yeah, it's just like it's all about like it's not really again about how it happened. It's just like diving into the process of what it is really. It's not because yeah, man. I mean, it's like I feel like if everyone just kind of like keeps kind of saying why, and why is it's not gonna answer everything. Like it's like the people that realized that the Earth was round, they didn't say why is the they didn't really just ask by saying why. It was a process of things that they've discovered, like small, little, detailed, kind of gray things, limited things, and that's how big breakthroughs and big evolution, in my opinion, happens. But yeah, that's a good statement.
Revolutions are going to happen with just everything being so open source that somebody
Yeah.
has an idea, they'll share it, someone else will build on it, someone wants something, they'll just ask, and people will give it, and so
Whoa. Sorry, is that coming through Tony? Tony, are you typing?
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Hey,
If you
Skull.
mute your mic and type.
It's me.
Hey, Andy, what's
Hey,
up?
Skull.
Andy.
I started
What's that?
a chat on the other side, man. I started the chat on the other side.
I know you did, and we had this one going first, so I don't know why we need two.
How many people did you have there?
Yeah, was there someone in there?
3.
Okay.
No, I mean,
Well,
yeah,
3
man,
people
you're here
already.
now, so just I guess, yeah, man, it's cool. We're all part of like, we're not trying to start any wars here, are we, gentlemen?
this room is
No,
actually
we're
going on for a long
Dude,
time.
I started my show yesterday, like 9 o'clock in the night, and no one actually came. I was like, great, I have to change it to Tuesday night. God damn it. Skull, thanks a lot for letting me know the last minute, man.
Letting you know about what? That the show is the same time it is every week?
Yeah, hello.
Dude, I don't need to remind you that. Anyways, cool, man. All right,
Dude,
well, we're all
it's
here.
like 2 jackpots hitting one moment, man.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can't have all our eggs in one basket.
Do you guys want to see my machete?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
That's like. Oh man, I wish I had a butter knife, and then you could say that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Dude, this thing cuts, man. I mean, I like keep it like way on top of my shelf. I bought this like in the Dominican Republic. Like there was a lady, because the sugar cane, manufacturer and the like commercial use of like sugar canes is like really high, and they sell a lot of like machetes there to like cut down the sugar canes, and like this lady just like sold it to me, and she was like, yes, this is very important object, and I was like, whoa, like this is really cool, thank you, and like yeah, it was totally worth buying, like but yeah.
But was it really? But was it really worth buying?
Yeah, it was really worth buying. Like, man, when I got this thing like inside my bag, like I was like, there's no way I'm getting past like the airport. Here's the thing.
How did you?
I did. I did. I don't know how, but I just put that thing in there, just have it. So
They probably saw it in the X-ray and were like, this guy looks all right. He can keep his machete.
Yeah, man, and I have and plus like you don't have to like, I mean, it's fine, like it was good because it's just kind of, I mean, it was just like a souvenir, and so I was like, I'm not gonna, like, this is kind of like, I don't want to say it legal, but but whatever, but it's a good souvenir to have.
Good for cutting apples.
Yes. No, like you could like, quickly. Yeah, if you could whack a huge whack on a bamboo, like that thing, like 2 whacks, like that's gonna like totally destroy it. Like I tried it.
Somebody should just throw watermelons at you and you just defend yourself with it.
I know, right? Dude, man, I'm gonna like take the watermelons and eat those. Like, I love watermelons.
I used to practice with apples and oranges with my katana.
Nice. Do you have like a real one?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah,
did you know that apparently, like, okay, you're not supposed to touch the like the basically the the steel part of
Yep.
the
Yeah.
katana.
Yeah.
That's you're not supposed to. Yeah, because I mean
You mean the pointy end?
no, like
the whole
thing,
blade.
the whole blade.
Yeah.
You're
I
not.
see.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, there's even some traditions where they don't even draw their sword unless they intend to draw blood. And if they do draw their sword, they draw their own blood.
Hmm. I heard it's like you don't know because like the samurais they had two one which was like a full katana which is like huge, and one which was like kind of small. It was kind of like a big ass knife, and you know
I know about the katana and wakizashi.
Wakizashi. Yeah, I think we're talking about the same thing, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a full set of a daisho.
Yeah, and they'd like sometimes they'd use like
there we
two,
go.
and that would mean like if that guy has two blades, like you don't want to mess with that guy because you're gonna have like no limbs.
Have you guys seen? Have you guys
lot of
seen that
times-
documentary? Have
A
you seen
lot-
that documentary on Netflix about
I'll just say
superheroes?
this real quick. A lot of times, what
Real-life
they would do is
superheroes?
they would grab the handle of the sword, and they would just look at each other in the eyes and figure out what move they're going to do next without ever pulling their sword and figure out who the winner of the fight is just by gazing at each other.
Ninja techniques.
That's awesome.
I was gonna talk about I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on real life superheroes and how there's this documentary on Netflix about these people that actually try to be a superhero
Oh, I've
and
seen
succeed in
those.
some ways. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
such a cool documentary. Like,
Yeah, I got the
because
web
it's just
page
it's just
somewhere.
these random people that like decided to put on a costume, start working out, like get a bunch of other groups of people who want to just help people on the streets, and like they nowhere through the documentary do they say it's like a spiritual act, but I think it like really shows the courageousness within people nowadays. Like people are willing to go out there and just help their fellow men in like a little bit of a ridiculous way, but it's still awesome. Like it's something I contemplated after I watched like the movie Kick-Ass, and like I've been reading comics my whole life. Like right now I have the Flash comic, Justice League comics, Superman, Batman comics scattered all over my bed right now, right next to me. Like I've just been reading comics all day, and I just love the idea of just being a hero and sacrificing your own.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta start working out and stuff. That's I gotta start jumping like
Listen to
like
Skull.
long distance
Sacrificing.
so I can jump.
I don't know, but
Go
no.
train your parkour, and then do parkour around the city while giving out free hugs. Like that's what we should all be doing.
That's like where's
But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of those types of people that actually do this? Like where do you think that mentality comes from? Like actually doing it.
I personally think that it's a bit to actually just go out there and kind of face a person like and like for example with a gun, like if it's a thing like that, it takes like it's really it takes a lot of balls. I mean it's not it's like really scary thing, man. It's not, and it's like I mean I feel like a lot, like in my opinion, like I don't know if you ask me, I think police, honestly, I think that's
they
what
aren't really that much help.
Yeah, they're not, but that's what they're meant to do, and I think that's what we should enforce. Police are here not to abuse people, not to take people's rights. They're here to protect us. They're here to serve under oath, which and where they're the people are there to protect the police also. So if I think if that happens someday, I mean it should happen. That's how it should supposed to be. Where actually the society takes care of the law enforcement, and law enforcement take care of the society, and everyone takes care of each other. That's kind of how it's supposed to work out. I mean, but it's not, because we got
Yeah, there's too much hate. There's too much hate in cops. So many people hate cops. Like,
no, it's not. It's
really.
not. Yeah, it's not. It's not really about hating cops. It's not about like, it's about like really huge the above the people within the unsympathetic authority that have that either express racism, or express people, express, like, enforce the war on drugs,
Right.
enforce things like, people that want to show their rights. People, it's the people within the authority that, kind of like write all these police, and like that kind of goes back to what I just said earlier. So
Sort of like how like privatized prisons or privatized prisons kind of like are trying to get more people like inside with all these like stupid laws.
Yeah, that's part of it. But what I'm saying, like what I was gonna say is, the soldiers that are sent abroad, they're kind of giving an order, and the order is the order. You have to, make that order, or else, you have to kind of put yourself in that kind of perspective, that if you don't complete that order, you're not kind of going back home alive, or it's kind of like, because I've talked and took a lot of cops, and it's just like, it's me, my badge, and my gun, and I have kids at home, and I want to go back to them home safe and sound, so that's why I'm kind of gonna obey what I'm told, and it's not, sometimes it's just like, it's really corruption comes in place. So I mean, to kind of summarize, you asked about superheroes. I think there are a lot of superheroes out there, and it's not like always like Batman form. It's really people like
Who are trying to be recognized.
MLK, like that's a superhero. John Lennon, that's a superhero. Aldous Huxley, that's a superhero. I don't know, man. It's just really a lot of people out there, and we're all superheroes. That's what it is, really.
We are.
I put that site over in the chat box if y'all want to look at it.
Yeah, that's great. This is the link to the.
You want to see a superhero shirt?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Are you gonna rip off your shirt and show us like? Oh, never mind.
That's it.
That's
bro.
very good.
Yo, Skull, are you watching this? He's not
Sorry,
even
what am I
watching.
watching? Oh, who's wearing my shirt? Oh shit.
There you go.
Cool, man. Well, I'm wearing my shirt too, dude. Like, I don't even know if you.
Twinsy.
So. Twins. We're twins, man. Boxing twins.
You guys are the dynamic duo. The dynamic duo of justice.
Yeah. Well, that's what, man. They're like team jerseys, man. That's what I'm saying. We all need to get them. It's awesome.
yeah.
And then we can have a big paradigm shift meetup someday.
Purple ones.
Every week we're all just wearing the shirt together. That's gotta happen.
Dude, the purple ones may or may not exist right now because, like, the distributor, they stopped offering the purple option, but it may come back. I don't know. I want the purple ones too, man. I got snubbed on that.
Statistically, purple makes you happy out of any other color. It makes you the
Oh,
happy.
dude, my favorite color.
Purple is amazing.
I'm just gonna say, there's gonna be some Love Chip shirts also soon.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully.
I want to do some free hug shirts too, like similar to the ones you guys got.
We're gonna see some really cool and crazy and colorful free hug shirts. So
Alright.
while you're going to meet your community, wear this, and while you're doing free hugs, when we'll have the right shirt.
Hey, Alun, are you gonna?
You can call me Alon, but not alone. Like
Alone, right?
You're never alone.
Yeah.
You are never alone, my friend.
Alon, right? That's your name?
Yeah, the actual name, if you say like in a Hebrew accent, it's like Alon.
Alun.
Alon.
Alone. Alone.
Alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
I left Lamed
Alan.
and
That's like American. Alan. Right now.
Alan.
Together.
Yeah.
Alan.
Whatever. You can call me whatever you like.
Yeah. But I was gonna tell you, man. What are you gonna plan to do? Because are you gonna do your powerful movement at Burning Man?
Oh, I really want to. That's the dream. Yeah, that's the dream to go to Burning Man and do like free hugs, like immense free hugs there. Like imagine like huge like line of free huggers.
People are gonna seriously appreciate that. They're gonna find a huge appreciation to when
Oh man, because you know, Burning Man, a lot of people consider is a really really crazy festival, but also really really amazing things happen there. Like people coming together in ways that won't happen like in a regular city or whatever. But I really think that because of the vibration of everything is going up, also the vibration of this festival will go up, and it won't be just like crazy drugs and let's get fucked up alcohol stuff. It will be crazy in a very positive way, like okay, let's do ceremonies, spontaneous ceremonies in the middle of the desert together, you know, and stuff like that.
Dude, yeah.
I wish that our journey will go there, but right now, okay, I will just share some news, but I'm just saying that I know it's live, but this is not certain right now. But I got some really good news today from never mind what's his name. He found out about Love Trip. I don't know how, and he sent us a message like, "Hey guys, I saw you're really serious about what you do, and I saw that you guys from Israel, and I wanted to invite you. There is Palestinian and Israeli protest in front of the Israeli embassy in Toronto this Friday. How about you come to do free hugs there? People really need free hugs in those protests." And I thought about it. It was like, okay, I don't want to protest against anything, right? So I told this guy, okay, listen, you do your protest thing, right? But then you will meet us, like we will meet in a place and do free hugs together, like Palestinians and Israelis coming together doing free hugs. You know, that never happened before. So that idea came up today, and this is the idea that I've talked about, like, or didn't talk about in the show because I wanted to keep it cool until it will go like official. And we thought like, okay, we have that event, you know, the event going like the World is Uniting event, and we're thinking about upgrading it and call it like Free Hugs for Peace. It's like it's leveling up, you know, and once people in the world will see, hey, wait, Palestinians and Israelis coming together and hugging not only each other but other people, that's it. End of argument. Your argument is invalid, you know? This is it. End of discussion. There is people love each other. That's it. We don't care about labels anymore. We don't care about them. Just let's make love and peace.
You gotta make that happen, man.
Exactly. So we really, really want to make it a huge event. I'm talking about posting it everywhere on the web, making it a synchronized global free hugs event again, but now we want to make it even bigger. And once people hear about, wait, there are Israelis, because people love that labels. I don't know why. I don't care that I'm from Israel. Seriously, I don't care about that. But people seem to love that Israelis and Palestinians coming together. Once the people hear about it, it will go wild. And it's already like the event is grown up to 300 people around the world. This Friday and Saturday, there were 6 countries, 13 places, 5 of them in Canada, by the way, and 4 of them is in Israel. Like 4 places in Israel did free hugs. But this time, I don't know. Imagine like it growing larger. Paradigm Shift is doing free hugs everywhere they can. Love Trip is doing free hugs, and we're sharing that information together to empower each other, you know. And then like more and more people will join. And I've just met with another friend I've talked about in the show. She having the Operation Human Angels thing, and she's got a big social media thing going on, and she's sharing it all around. So more and more people join all around the world doing free hugs. In this show, I mean, right now as we speak, many people I'm sure will be inspired to do their own free hugs because it's so fun. And again, it's not just free hug; it's about art. Bring your art to the street, connect with people, conversate, connect, share, start a community. You know, because a community starts with 1, and then 2, and then 3, and you know, and then 4, and like this guy, I can't remember his name. He talked about Paradigm Shift community in London. There was only about 10 people at the start, you know, but it grew like it can be 40 people at a meeting. So just like, you know, you plan to see doing the free hugs, doing for Hugs is planting a seed in people's hearts, and they're like, you know what? What you're doing is really cool. I want to ask you and conversate you about that. So imagine being all that in an event on Facebook, that people can come together through it, and it would be like a hub for people to come together. And once we like get all the positive media out there to people to see, look what Free Hugs is doing. Look, Palestinians and Israelis and people all around the world are coming together. You can join this. It's pretty simple. Just make a sign and stand outside. You know, it's so simple. And look what the power of love can do. And you know, everything is just synchronized and coming together in a way. And Skull, if you can, please, that's what I want to talk to you about, but I guess we can just talk about it here. If you can come to Toronto, you know, this Friday, to come to that event and make a movie about it like you did, that could be freaking awesome, you know? Because neo-Gaza journalists we have a shortage of them in the world, and right now you're the only one.
Well, you're a Gonzo journalist too, dude. All you need is a camera.
No, man, no, I can't like do films
Yeah,
that
you do.
the film that you did about love.
You just gotta practice, man. You just gotta get better at it. That's all. But dude, I can honestly say this Friday that's not gonna happen. That's not that like because I work during the day, like at 2 to 3, so it's just not possible. And I work Saturday too.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's my birthday on Friday. So. But if
Friday's your birthday?
Like, it would have been sweet. Yeah, it's my birthday on the 18th.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey, it's cool. What's the name of that Boards of Canada song you played on that video Sweat Lodge?
Oh, let me check real quick.
Dude, you have to like, I was like, cause dude,
I saw your comment.
Dude,
Tears from the Compound Eye.
Listening to that, and then I was like, okay, I pressed your video, and then I was like, dude, I just turned off Boards of Canada. Why is it playing? And I was like, I just paused your video. I was like, whoa, dude, I was tripping out.
That's funny, man. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's called Tears from a Compound Eye.
Oh, awesome, dude. Tears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like, I got home. Seriously, I put that video together at like 1 a.m. But I was like, I need some like cool ambient music. I'm like, all right, like I'll just, I know Boards of Canada, and then I just honestly just grabbed the first one that showed up in the YouTube search, and then I'm like, good enough, and then I know like synchronicity will sync it up well. Like I've done that with lots of videos where like the music will always just like sometimes I'll be listening to di.fm. And I'll just take whatever song I'm listening to at that point and just be like, all right, this is gonna be the music I'm gonna work with, and then it'll turn out awesome. So
dude, yeah, I do like there's like a category that people put these as like EDM music, and like this kind of music that you enjoy, like IDM it's called, like because it's like electronic dance music. IDM, yeah, IDM is like independent dance music, dude. I'm such a big fan of EDM because I have this philosophy that like EDM kind of like generated out of IDM, and so like it kind of became, because like you see like all these guys like Skrillex, like these guys kind of like and like Borgor, like Alon probably knows him, like and like these guys all inspired from like Boards of Canada and like Apex Twin and like Square Pusher and all these like beautiful composers, dude. They're awesome, man.
They're the basics, they just inspire the new artists to do this crazy stuff of their own. But
yeah,
they were like the pioneers,
Dude, do you like Borgor though?
No. For sure, no.
Yeah, no, dude. No, he's like funny though. Like I don't know. He's
really crazy. I just not relate to that kind of craziness. But a lot of people do because he's so successful,
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the time, he's not even in Israel.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, it's like it's like, what are you trying to like sell here, buddy? Like you're not trying. I mean, it's good, but you're kind of like saying something, and that's not happening. I know exactly what you mean, dude. Yeah.
For sure. I would share, like, first of all, I think that the music I heard on the episode 99 that you put, I don't know, maybe it's Boards of Canada, but it was really good, Skull, the music that you put there.
At the beginning?
But also I want to share with you a song that I found about yesterday, and I actually just really relate to, because a lot of conscious songs, like that you would think like, okay, this is like a cool song about, I don't know, about talks about the world and stuff, is not like 100% accurate in the words, like for me. And I found a song, like it's called "Be the Change," and 100% of the lyrics that people talk there, and the whole vibe is so positive that I really relate to. So I'm sending you right now at I shared it around a little bit yesterday. I don't know if people saw it, but I just sent it to you. It's called "Be the Change" of the Luminaires, and it's just so fun and positive. We need more of these kind of songs that just like talk about equality and peace and love, and media is bullshit, and they do it in such a positive way that you can't.
Man.
But usually, do you know Dark Sky?
Dark Sky?
Yeah.
Never
They're
heard.
doing like really, really, really revolutionary electronic music. Like,
Really?
I would send you some. Yeah, I don't know if
Dude,
people
you gotta send me some. You know, I was thinking, like, you know, that's the problem. All of this music that's like so like powerful and like just mind altering. I feel like, you know, it's not, you know, it's not like, you know, if it gets popular to a certain degree, it's good night. And you know, it gets it basically gets very I was saying it gets very popular. I feel like it's bad because look at what John Lennon, like that's kind of what it happened, you know, like that guy got shot because it got super popular. And like that's why like you see all these like independent, like I feel like, you know, it's staying at a like a low level, but I feel like it needs to kind of like get to a degree where there's so many of these love sharing and manifesting things where you know it just like it needs to all come out of the closet at the same time, and you know it's happening right now. That's the beauty of it, you know.
It is like here
through
in
festival.
Here in Toronto, we have two, and one of them was actually here on Brendan's show. On the show, it was Tarek Bibi and a mutual friend of ours, also Nico. They're both conscious rap artists, and they could produce a lot of their own music and really growing here. And when I saw that video, that one post of the Luminaries, I thought, oh wow, this is just like Tarek stuff. So it's like the new wave of music in familiar styles that's really being redressed to reflect, you know, our changing times.
Dude, totally.
Listen, I want to say goodnight to you guys as well because it's getting really late and I have to finish work here and stupid overnight shift. But I want to thank you guys for wonderful HANGOUT community.
Hey, right on, man.
Hey,
Joel, I still
love you,
Joel,
man.
I owe you a DVD, by the way, for Journey to the City. I'm gonna get it to you. Don't worry.
And I want to.
Let's make a movie night. Watch Journey to the City together. Like, seriously.
What? Say that again.
I'm saying let's make a movie night all together and like, and have superfood, super drinks, and watch Journey to the City together.
Sweet.
Or potentially the sequel once I finish it.
Oh yeah, the sequel.
Commentate over it.
I gotta go sleep tonight so I can work on that tomorrow. That's probably what I gotta do.
Hey, when you get to 102 episode, man, Skull, do you know what 102 is? I mean, little science fact. It's actually.
Like, do you mean 102 or like 10,002?
No, 102. It's,
what about it?
Dude, it's literally, if you take the DMT molecule, there are a total of 102 electrons in that molecule. So, you know, you guys better, you know, see what's going to happen that day when 102 episode comes out. It might be. Okay. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
He just films himself taking DMT at the very end.
I mean, literally.
Then episode 103 is him telling about his experience. Actually, you could just go to bed. If you go to bed, then you'll have dimethyltryptamine.
Exactly. Like,
naturally.
It's gonna be crazy.
In fact, just don't even do the show. Just take a nap.
Sounds productive.
Hey man, I'm just gonna lie in bed all day.
I'm probably gonna go to sleep pretty soon too. I don't know. Do you guys want to wrap up the live broadcast on soon? But then you can just keep hanging out afterwards.
Yeah, man. Totally.
Yeah.
It's whatever's good with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to leave a little early actually. So, it's been great being a part of the community. I've missed like one out of like I don't know 6 live chats. So it's been awesome talking to people. I love like hearing other perceptions, and like I've learned a lot from like Joel, Andy, AJ, and Chad. Chad, if he was here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an awesome community to like get to know over the time. It's really great.
Cool, man. Yeah, right on, Victor. Thanks, man.
All right. See you guys later.
Talk to you later.
In episode 101.
Yeah.
Later. Dude. But yeah, man.
So we should talk about DMT on another episode. Is that what you're saying?
No, like 100.02 is like the total amount of electrons. Like do you know what electrons are?
Maybe I don't. Like now that you ask me it that way.
Yeah. Let me put it in a simple form. So DMT is kind of like just like a molecule, right? And like it's bonded together, and it has different geometries how it's bonded. So it's inside, but it's bonded to atoms, right? It's bonded to atoms. That's how molecules are bonded. And so for example, electrons are basically something inside the atom. So you're going quantum, like you're going deep, right? So that's basically the thing inside the atom. That's so so basically if you count out all the electrons that DMT has, it's 102 electrons. So that's what I'm trying to say. Electrons is the thing that runs around the atoms.
Nikolai, in chemistry, isn't the electron the one that they swap out whenever they do a cohesive bond?
Yeah, exactly. And well, it's more complex than that, because when there's a cohesive bond, that's here you're going more towards the physics, because there's other elements that every element bonds in a different way. So like if you take nitrogen, it has a completely different bond. And if you take like let's say, I don't know, really high very heavy element like uranium, which is pretty dangerous, then that's gonna hard, you can't really bond that to a small molecule. So I don't know, yeah, but 102 electrons, that like I've been like just calculating that yesterday. And I was just like, I took the DMT molecule and like I just like kind of did a little bit of math and saw how many total electrons it has, and I was like 102. That's like fascinating. So your episode, it's in 2 episodes, so we'll see what happens in that episode. You should totally mention that though, because that's totally true.
Yeah. Maybe you can be on for it too. So
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. I'm just gonna say, let's just end. We'll aim to end like this live broadcast just in the next couple of minutes. So if anybody had anything else they want to mention to people, like honestly, it's hard for me to know like how many people in the future actually watch this. There's 2 people watching this live. How many people will actually like watch through the whole hang? If you're a person who watches these hangouts after they're recorded and have gotten this far, send me a message on Facebook so I can like send you a prize or something. If that happens, we'll see. So.
Congratulations on the 100th episode.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude.
It's huge. Yeah.
100 episode, man.
That's pretty big.
You should seriously like, man. I would totally buy you dinner right now, man. If I was living where you are, I'd take you out to dinner right now.
Sure, man. I'll take you up on that.
Awesome.
Someday. Maybe if I'm out in California or whatever.
Like if I'm in Canada, like eventually someday, you know, we would definitely have to like meet up.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, I'm sending you on the chat. And this is maybe probably the last thing is going to be live. Some pictures of a girl named Lindsay. I talked like the Human Angels thing. And her and her family are having like this road trip. They're just moving from place to place, and they're doing what they can to make a positive world. And she just makes with her kids small notes of like words like "you matter," "you are a gift," "life is important," you know, "life is beautiful," stuff like that. And they just leave him in random places. So what I've sent you, they just left like a couple of notes on Tim Hortons like bathroom. So imagine like how amazing is that, like to get in a random place and just like seeing the small note saying like this positive message, you know, how it can change someone's day, you know, in a very positive way. Like
absolutely, yeah.
And I'm sure people, just the right people are getting them, you know, they're just magnetized into it. And just like how simple is making a small note, just leaving it, I don't know, on a bench or anywhere. Like I think it's a very positive idea. Just support each other.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. She seems like a really powerful human being.
Yeah, she is. And,
where does she live?
Right now she's in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
I think near Halifax.
Cool.
But we're working online, you know.
Sounds like a very nice place.
Oh, sure, man. You're gonna come. You're gonna.
Jessica is here, man. I haven't heard from her, and like, dude, what's up? Do you have your mic on? Oh man, can she?
What's that? Who are we talking to?
I remember like back like a year ago, she was on here. Dude, that's nice seeing you.
Were you talking to Jessica?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's talking in the chat.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I haven't seen Jessica in so long. I'm just seeing her posting photos. He makes amazing art.
It was her birthday, not too long ago,
dude.
too.
He does like photography from like another like perception. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like, the profile picture of her with the
I was looking at that.
I'm always commenting on stuff that she's doing.
Yeah, dude, she does.
Yeah.
It's like
Good to see you.
But yeah, it's just good thing you stopped by.
She's asking about bulk produce.
What is bulk?
Food? Like food?
Positive messages bulk produced.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, that's kind of what we were talking about, like customizing your Facebook streams and Reddit and stuff. Yeah, check out the Reddit thread for Get Motivated. That's the one that Chris had mentioned. I'll pull up a link for that. I mean, that's just one, I guess. Get Motivated.
Jessica, put on your camera. Last time we did a Google Hangout together was really a while ago. Maybe it was 2013, 2012. I don't remember. Like, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna see what I'm just gonna let this run just for another couple minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna switch this off live broadcast.
Yeah.
People are so welcome to hang out.
Awesome. Oh man, what was I gonna say? Fuck. That's my thought.
Oh,
there she is.
Che.
So the stickers, you're saying something about stickers, right? And like it has like a motivational. Is that what you were saying? Like a sticker, just like in a bathroom or something? Who was saying something about that?
Like a card or a sticker, yeah. Alon was talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, you should do that. I don't have time for that stuff, but like I feel like Like pronounced it.
Just like leaving little notes of whatever kind or positive words to people in random places.
Stickers would be kind of cool if they stay there.
Oh yeah, stickers can be awesome. Yeah, yeah.
No, stickers, yeah, dude. You could totally change people just because. Here's the thing, it's just like leaving little like patterns of words, and like you don't know, like we're going through like that thing of synchronicity where you just like kind of shape someone's reality in the right time, and you're shaping it like totally like you're actually saying the reality. So you're not shaping it, you're manifesting it. So
Yeah,
you know,
and I just think like it's so weird that we're surprised about that idea about positive messages outside. I mean, think about how many signs. I mean,
It's like-
think about how many signs that we see. Everything is just a commercial. You know, it doesn't promote anything.
Yeah,
it just promotes business and money, obviously. So it's like we think about how great it would be to do some positive. But every building on the street should be like have a positive message on it. Every building on the street should be like colorful and art and stuff. You know, it's weird that it's not that way. You know.
Yeah, dude, we should do that someday. Just everyone, just kind of like when things go like really down the shitter, just people should do that. Like everyone, and like I'll just go.
Everything should have a positive message on it. Like the tall buildings of every downtown city is like banks. You know, it should written love on them, like huge love. You know, on the building, or huge like you're amazing, have a wonderful day. So everybody, every time will see like that message all the time. You know.
Right. No, totally. It's
like in Fight Club. In Fight Club,
dude,
like,
like
they go down and take the shit out of the building.
yeah. No, it needs to. Yeah, dude, it needs to like. We totally need to do that, man.
We're planning. Yeah. Like the shirts. The shirts thing is very important, you know, because if you're carrying a shirt with a positive message, it will connect you to someone. These are like connecting shirts, you know, in some way. That's so important to wear what you like, but also something positive, you know, like a positive message all around. You're like a positive ad. I am positive.
Dude, Alon, I was gonna ask you if you knew anything about a group called Pussy Riot from Israel. Like, if you've heard of them.
Yeah, I watched them on Colbert.
Oh, you watched them? Yeah. Dude, like, I mean, yeah, like, it's crazy, man. These girls, like, totally, like, they have, like, you know, they're totally humanists. Because, I mean, you know, like, I don't know if you guys have seen the video where they went to the Olympics. Yeah, to the Olympics, and they just like, dude, the police there just like bashed them, dude. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And like, dude, like, yeah, and like straight up, like, you know, you see like, you know, what that does, and like, you know, these girls totally made like a change, and that's what.
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, man. Okay, Pussy Riot is kind of like a group of girls that, you know, basically, it's a band. It's like a punk band in Russia that sort of like started in Moscow. They went to a church, and like Orthodox church, because, you know, that's kind of like the religion of like most Russians, and they just started like, you know, kind of like preaching anarchy, you know. So, you know, they got like really like, you know, they kind of pointed out how bad like the police there is, because they like the police came in, and, you know, they completely like escorted them, and, you know, it was like, you know, you know, completely like, you saw like it's not supposed to be happening that way, because I mean they were kind of like starting like, you should just type in like Pussy Riot. They had like kind of like snowboarding like masks on, and like it was colored. They like played, kind of screamed, but they did other protests where they actually like got brutalized by the like Russian police. And
they're like really anti-Putin.
oh yeah, I mean, that's because I mean, you know, it's totally like the guy, like, you know, I mean, dude, here's the thing about like Russia and just like in general. It's just like, you know, right when the Soviet Union kind of broke down, there was a complete change of government, you know, because it was communists and then it just became completely capitalist. And, you know, it's just why did it become capitalist? Because all the prisons opened. And, you know, that's why, you know, like there's, you know, a word in Russia that was used like the Russian mafia. If you go, like you see like tattoos with the guys with like stars on their chest and like on their knees. You know that totally like represents something, and it's actually like a very philosophical meaning. It represents. I will not like. I would not need to, you know, anyone, and like they kept that philosophy, and but the thing is, those guys were in jail before the Soviet Union was still in place. So when it broke down, these guys got out and basically, you know, kind of took over the government. Basically, you know, these guys were like, you know, we're basically taking over the government, and that's what they did. I mean, it's crazy. And Putin, you know, Putin was kind of, you know, I don't know what really happened because nobody really knows. It's not in the media. You know, people could claim they know, but really, it's like no one really knows. So yeah,
Sweet.
man.
Guys, I'm gonna end the broadcast.
Go ahead, man.
So we'll do that. So just you guys can join me in waving to the internet. I guess it's like only us three on video, but anyways, okay. So bye, internets. Bye.
Yeah.
Woo. All right, 3, 2, 1, and until next time. Peace.